Hey everybody, my name is Amen Moja Ra, and this screencast is to show you how to install WordPress on your local machine, whether you have a Mac or a Windows machine. So the first way that I'm going to show you is on your Windows machine. So if you have Wamp server installed or some sort of PHP, MySQL, and Apache installation, you need to go to that. Let me go ahead and refresh this screen. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to open up PHP My Admin. So I'm going to right click on this link right here in my Wamp server console or home page. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to PHP My Admin, and if you have a clean installation of Wamp server, your login is going to be root and you're not going to have a password. So I'm going to go ahead and log in real quick, and I'm going to go ahead and create a database by clicking on database, type in the name of the database, which I'm just going to name site1, hit create, have a database called site1, and then I'm going to go to WordPress, and what you want to do is go to wordpress.org, click on this download WordPress button, and make sure you download the zip file and not the tarball file. So download the zip file, which I've already done. So I'm gonna go to my Windows Explorer right here and open up the window. So I downloaded it over here to my downloads folder. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a copy of this zip file, come over to my Wamp server installation, which is Wamp, and it's located, your Wamp server installation is located in your C drive, Wamp folder, www folder, and I created a shortcut actually over here in my favorites so that it's easy for me to get to, since I'm going to be working in that folder a lot with multiple WordPress installations on my local machine, because I have multiple different types of WordPress sites. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that WordPress zip file, and then I'm just going to extract it here. Does it real quick. And once you extract it, it calls it WordPress. The root folder of your site is called WordPress. So what we want to do is, after it's done extracting all the files in that folder, we want to rename that folder to the name of our site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename it to site1. So I'm going to go ahead and site1. So say for instance, if you want a local version of your site on, the on your computer, you name it to whatever the name of your site is. So, oh, I didn't put 1 on there, so let me put 1, site1. So I don't know why Windows makes it so hard sometimes. So we're going to name this site1. There we go. So now if we go inside of our installation, we see that we have all of our files except the most important file, which is your wp-config.php. Now WordPress provides a sample wp-config.php called wp-config-sample.php. What you can do is you can copy this file and then paste it within your root folder, and then rename it wp-config.php. So we can go wp-config.php, and boom, there it is. However, there is a better way, a more efficient way of doing this. So I just deleted that, and you always want to keep your sample wp-config.php within that folder, so that you can always have it there for whatever reasons. So we're going to go back, and there's a site called Generate WP, and Generate WP is a very handy site if you're starting to get into WordPress development. So I'm going to click on the wp-config.php generator so that we can generate our own wp-config file. And because this is a local installation, we really only have to click on one tab to get out everything that we need to get. And in this tab is just controls the DB connecting to our MySQL database right here. So what we want to do is give our database name that we have here in the PHP My Admin, which is site 1. So we want to go ahead and do that, site 1. And then our database username is root, and we have no password. So, and then we just click update. And so after that, we go ahead and copy this file. Copy this whole file right here, copy it all the way down to here. And then we use a nifty editor, which is becoming popular amongst web developers, is Sublime Text 3. Make sure you get 3, because 2 doesn't give you all the features, which is 2 is the stable version, but Sublime Text 3 is in I guess you would call it a stable beta. So get the Sublime Text 3 instead of 2. Because it has features that Sublime Text 2 doesn't have, of course. And one of those features, if we go ahead and create a new file, so hit Control N, and if we go ahead and paste our wp-config.php file in there, we haven't saved it yet, so let's go ahead and save it. So Control S, and we want to go ahead and save it into our site 1 folder. So we want to go wp-config.php. And there we go. So we have our wp-config.php, and as you can see over here in the folders menu, I went ahead and added the www folder so that if you have multiple WordPress instances, all you have to do is just, if you want to add another folder to the project outside of your www folder, you can going to project and adding folder to project. But every time you add a new site into your www folder, it should appear over here in the sidebar. So the last thing that we need to do is we have our site 1 right here. We have our root, which is our DB user and a DB name. We don't have a password. The last thing we need to do in order for WordPress to do a successful installation is create our salt keys. Now we could either do it right from URL that WordPress gives us right here, which is the salt URL, which I have up in my browser right here, which is you paste it in your browser and WordPress generates these salt keys. And what you can do, every time you refresh your browser, it generates a new set of keys. You can just copy them and then paste them into your Sublime Text editor. Just do like this. And bam, you have your salt keys. Or if I delete all these, Sublime Text has a package, which if you don't know how to, if you don't have package control installed, what you want to do is after you install Sublime Text on your machine, make sure you go to Sublime Text package control and go to installation and come to this tab where it says Sublime Text 3, not Sublime Text 2. Copy all the commands in this box. Come back to Sublime Text 3. Go up to View. Show Console. Paste those commands into the console, and then hit Enter or Return. And restart Sublime Text, and then you'll have package control. Once you have package control installed, you can go Control-Shift-P and go install, and you'll see this package control install, and then a dialog box should I messed up. Control-Shift-P, install, and then hit enter, and then a dialog box should pop up, and you just type in WordPress. And I've already installed the generate salt key, so you're not going to see it here. But once you start typing in WordPress, you'll see this WordPress package, and then you'll see WordPress this WordPress package right here, or you'll see WordPress generate salt keys. Since I already have that package installed, what I can do is I'm going to place my cursor right back under the salt URL and hit Control-Shift-P and type in WordPress, and as you can see, generate salt keys, And bam, once I do that, it generates the salt keys. So now I can save my file again, save, go back to my browser. Since I have all my configurations set up, go back to my browser, go to Wamp server, refresh my Wamp server page, and I see my site one there. Click on my site one, and bam, here we go. So I can go ahead and enter site one, and then enter a username, enter a password. I'm just going to say password since it's my local machine, and it matches. Enter an email address. I'm just going to put this email address. Boom. Install WordPress. And that's it. That's it to install WordPress on Windows. Click login. And password. And that's it. I have my WordPress installation on my Windows machine. Now, if we go over to Mac, it's basically similar. It's just a slight different setup. Mac is a Unix machine, so my sites folder, it's my sites folder on my Mac, which is located in my home directory. If you are not familiar, here's my home directory, and here's my sites folder right here, where all my websites are housed. So I'm gonna go inside my sites folder, and I'm gonna paste my the WordPress file I downloaded. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this WordPress zip right here. I'm gonna copy that and then go back over here and paste this into my sites folder. I'm gonna go ahead and unzip that. And then I can go ahead and delete this or remove it to trash. Rename my folder again to site one, which I have done. And then I have to come over here. My PHP admin, my admin, please go to lynda.com or somewhere on YouTube to show you how to activate PHP on your Mac and install PHP My Admin and activate Apache on your Mac. So I'm not going to really go through all that, but I'm going to go ahead and enter my credentials, which is root, and then I'm just going to say password because that's what it is on my local machine to log in. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing that I did on Windows. Go to my databases, create a site one database, hit create. That's created. That's all I had to do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to that WP, even though this is on my Windows machine. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm switching between two machines. I'm going to go ahead and make a copy of this again. Come over here to Sublime Text and hit Command in to open up the file. Paste my file in here. And the only thing I need to do is I just need to add password, since I do have a password on this one. So I want to go ahead and generate salt keys. And Command Shift P, WordPress, generate salt keys. Bam. Control S. I'm going to save this within my site one folder inside my sites. So let me find that. There it is, site one. I'm going to rename this to wp-config.php. Save that. Use PHP. Okay, now I can go back to my URL. So I'm going to just say site one. Here we are. So site one. Enter a password. Enter a password. I'll make sure this is right. Put my email address in here. Hit install WordPress. And bam, that's it. WordPress is installed again. Oops. Oh man. Password. There we go. So now I have WordPress installed on my Mac. And it's that simple. So we have WordPress installed on Mac and on Windows. Thank you for watching this tutorial, and maybe I'll make some more.